Hi, my name is Chris, and you're watching VSense. So on today's video, we're talking about a fragrance from a house that I have eyeballed for a long time. And I finally decided to pull the plug and purchase one of those. And the one that I decided to purchase is one of the original ones that launched with this fragrance house back in 2007. The one that we have here is Straight to Heaven White Crystal by the brand of Kilian. I'm very excited to show it to you. I've already opened it actually, so it does come with cellophane all over it. So when you do open this guy here, it is bulky, but you do decide to open it, and once you open it, you get another box inside a box. And this box is actually called the coffret. So Kilian does make a version of this fragrance that does not come with a coffret set. The coffret set costs a little bit more. And if you decide to go for the version that comes with the regular box, it would cost you somewhere around $100 less. So this is a coffret set. It has a little bit of smudge here, but once you open it, you do get quite a bit of stuff in here, which is pretty exciting. You do get the beautiful bottle in here, which, let's look at that. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And it does have some very nice detailing on the side. Nothing on the back. The hinges there. And then it has a little lock. So what I have here in my hand is a key, and this key is actually able to lock this, which is pretty cool. You do get a nice note from Mr. Kilian talking about the brand essentially and what the brand represents to him and why he created the brand in 2007. So very nice detail there. So like I said, let's get into this beautiful perfume bottle. So upon first ordering photographs are very deceiving because you look at the fragrance and you're like, oh, it's a bigger bottle, but it's not. It's a 1.7 ounce. Just to remember that it is a smaller fragrance. So in comparison to the one that we have behind me, which is an 8-ounce bottle, it's not that small, but it's not that big. So this is what the bottle looks like. It has some very nice detailing on the side here. It does have a K for Kilian at the top. It has some information at the bottom. It's almost non-visible, but that's okay. It does have a, polished black glass look on the back as well. So very nice packaging overall, very beautiful presentation. Like I said, this will cost you a little bit more to get the coffret, which is a box that I just showed you, but you can also purchase it and not have the coffret in it as well, which comes in a white box. This fragrance, like I said, is one of the best things out there on the market. I absolutely love this. So the story behind this one is actually, I decided to do, prior to doing the channel, I actually decided to go and buy a bunch of fragrances from Dossier, and I was like, hey, they have a Black Friday sale, why not splurge, why not buy a bunch of them? They were pretty cheap anyways, and one of the ones that I got was, I believe it's called Woody Rum, and it was supposed to be an interpretation of Straight to Heaven White Crystal by Kilian. At that point, I had not smelled any of the Kilian fragrances because in my city, there's not a counter. There's nowhere to smell them or, experience the beauty of the brand itself. So I fell in love with the actual replica of this. It's not a quite one-to-one replica, but it's fairly close to this one. The only problem I hated about that fragrance is that the longevity, the performance was not there. It was very lackluster. But this one overall has a lot better of a performance. It's an amazing scent. The notes for this fragrance are going to be rum, of course. You're going to get vanilla, dried fruits in here as well as patchouli, cedarwood, and nutmeg. So like I said, this fragrance overall is very, very, very unique. The scent itself is very you cannot describe it. You can definitely tell that there's a lot of rum in here. So, it is a boozy fragrance. It does have its woody nuances. It does have a little bit of a spice in there. But it's done so well to the point where you smell this guy and you're like, oh, I don't know what's in here, if that makes any sense. Definitely, I think that people that like heavier, a little bit more eccentric, more, you know, opulent fragrances would definitely be into this fragrance overall. But also, I can see people that are very subdued and don't like fragrances and like softer, powdery, you know, more delicate scents would definitely go for this one as well. It's definitely a really great, terrific scent. It does have that woody, spicy, oriental type of feel to it, but it's very French. So, you know, this is a French brand. If you don't know Kilian is actually part of the Hennessy family, so his name's Kilian Hennessy, and he does manufacture these through Estee Lauder. So if you are lucky enough, you can actually purchase this at the cosmetics company store and save quite a bit of bang for your buck, quite a bit of money essentially, because they do have a discount that's 40 to 50% off of the retail price if you can find it, like I said. And because it is such a luxe, expensive brand, it's one of those things that you may not be able to find everywhere. I mean, come on, let's just look at the beauty of this thing. It's amazing. So there's a couple of fragrances that have been discontinued that I've actually really enjoyed and liked. One of those being Tobacco Oud, and I definitely think that this is a really good replacement. It's not going to be oud, it's not going to be tobacco, but it's going to be something in that spectrum where it's a little bit woodsy, where it's spicy, where it has that, you know, liqueur type smell to it. It's just a really great scent. I'm over here fangirling about this fragrance, but I definitely don't do that very often, and I would say that this is one of the ones that is really worth the cost. It's really worth the hype over it. You know, it is one of those that's really good. They did launch an extreme version out of this guy. It's no longer available, so you can only get the original Eau de Parfum. Projection on this guy is going to be anywhere from 4 to 6 hours, so it's not going to be the longest projection. That's to be expected, but it does have projection nonetheless. The nice thing as well is that you can actually notice how full the bottle is, but you can actually see where you're at here. So it's not like you see online where you're like, oh, I'm never going to be able to tell how much is left in here. Just so you do know, all of the bottles for Kilian are refillable, so you can refill them and purchase refills for them as well, which will save you some money down the line, which is really nice. I think that, you know, overall the brand's a little bit more sustainable because of things like that they're refillable. Quite a bit of brands are now doing that, so that's a really nice thing that they're trying to conserve the planet. So what do I think of this guy? I definitely think you should run out and purchase it. If you can find a really good deal on FragranceNet or anywhere, definitely go ahead and get that. You guys will be very happy with it. It is a really terrific scent. It is done very well. It's very luxurious, and I mean, come on. I mean, it's just a very simplistic, beautiful approach to a perfume, and I definitely do really like this one. Thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's review. Make sure to comment, subscribe, and let me know what else you would like to see. Is there any fragrance out there that you are like, I want to see? There's a couple of brands that I won't do, but we're not going to get into that. So thanks for watching. Bye.